In today's message, I want to talk to you about a topic that is crucial for success in all areas of life: self-confidence. It's something that we all struggle with at some point in our lives, whether it's in our personal relationships, our careers, or even just our day-to-day interactions with others. But the good news is, you are not alone in this struggle. I've seen it time and time again where people let their lack of self-confidence hold them back from reaching their full potential. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. I've spent decades studying and teaching the principles of personal development, and I can confidently say that mastering self-confidence is a skill that can be learned and cultivated. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to do just that. So if you're tired of feeling insecure and unsure of yourself, if you're ready to take control of your life and achieve your goals with unwavering confidence, then this message is for you. By the end of this video, you will have the tools and strategies to turn your self-confidence around and become the best version of yourself. Let's get started. Starting with number 5, which is mastering self-confidence by taking care of yourself. You see, self-confidence is not something that can be achieved overnight. It is a journey that requires dedication, self-awareness, and most importantly, self-care. Let me tell you a story. When I was young, I lacked self-confidence. I was constantly comparing myself to others and doubting my abilities. But then I realized that I was neglecting the most important person in my life, myself. I was not taking care of myself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that's when I understood that self-care is the foundation of self-confidence. So, how can we take care of ourselves to boost our self-confidence? Let me share with you the 4 pillars of self-care. The first pillar is physical self-care. Our bodies are our temples, and we must treat them with love and respect. This means nourishing our bodies with healthy food, staying active, and getting enough rest. When we take care of our physical well-being, we feel more energized, confident, and ready to take on any challenge that comes our way. The second pillar is mental self-care. Our minds are powerful, and we must learn to tame them. Negative self-talk and limiting beliefs can hold us back from reaching our full potential. That's why it is crucial to practice self-awareness and mindfulness. Be aware of your thoughts and replace any negative ones with positive affirmations. Believe in yourself, and you will see a significant improvement in your self-confidence. The third pillar is emotional self-care. Our emotions play a significant role in our overall well-being. It is essential to acknowledge and process our emotions, whether they are positive or negative. Find healthy ways to express your emotions, such as journaling, talking to a friend, or seeking professional help if needed. When we take care of our emotional well-being, we become more resilient and confident in handling any situation that comes our way. The fourth and final pillar is spiritual self-care. Now, this does not necessarily mean religious beliefs. Spiritual self-care is about finding inner peace and purpose in life. It could be through meditation, spending time in nature, or practicing gratitude. When we connect with our inner selves and find meaning in our lives, we become more confident and fulfilled individuals. So, my friends, these are the 4 pillars of self-care that will lead you to master self-confidence. But remember, self-care is not a one-time thing. It is an ongoing process that requires consistent effort and dedication. So, make it a priority to take care of yourself every day. Now, let me leave you with some practical tips to incorporate self-care into your daily routine. Firstly, schedule time for self-care. Just like any other important task, make it a point to set aside time for yourself every day. It could be as simple as taking a walk, reading a book, or indulging in a hobby. Secondly, learn to say no. We often feel guilty for saying no to others, but it is crucial to prioritize our well-being. If something does not align with your values or drains your energy, it's okay to decline. Lastly, surround yourself with positive and supportive people. The people we surround ourselves with can have a significant impact on our self-confidence. So, choose your company wisely and spend time with those who uplift and encourage you. Which leads us to number 4, which is mastering self-confidence by surrounding yourself with positive people. Now, you may be wondering, why is this so important? Well, let me tell you, the people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on your mindset, your thoughts, and ultimately, your level of self-confidence. Think about it. If you are constantly surrounded by negative people who are always complaining, doubting themselves and others, how do you think that will affect your own thoughts and beliefs? It's like a virus, slowly infecting your mind and making you doubt yourself as well. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with positive, uplifting people who believe in themselves and in you, how do you think that will impact your own mindset? It's like a breath of fresh air, filling you with positivity and self-assurance. Now, I'm not saying that you should only surround yourself with people who constantly tell you how amazing you are. That's not what true positivity is about. It's about surrounding yourself with people who genuinely care for you, who support you, and who believe in your potential. These are the people who will lift you up when you are feeling down, who will remind you of your strengths when you are doubting yourself, and who will push you to be the best version of yourself. But let's be real. Sometimes it's not easy to find these kinds of people. We live in a world where negativity seems to be the norm. So what can we do to surround ourselves with positive people? First and foremost, we need to be aware of the people we are currently surrounding ourselves with. Are they adding value to our lives? Are they bringing us down? If it's the latter, it may be time to reevaluate those relationships. It's okay to distance yourself from negative people, even if they are family or longtime friends. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Secondly, seek out positive people. They are out there, I promise you. Join groups or communities that align with your interests and values. Attend events or conferences where you can meet like-minded individuals. And when you do meet someone who radiates positivity, don't be afraid to strike up a conversation and get to know them. You never know. They could become a great friend and a positive influence in your life. And finally, be a positive person yourself. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. So, if you want to surround yourself with positive people, you need to be a positive person yourself. Be kind, be uplifting, and be supportive of others. Not only will this attract positive people into your life, but it will also make you feel good about yourself and boost your own self-confidence. Which leads us to number 3, which is mastering self-confidence by learning from failures. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Failures? How can failures help us build self-confidence? But let me tell you, my friends, failures are not something to be feared. In fact, they are our greatest teachers. You see, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It is an essential ingredient in the recipe for success. Think about it. Every successful person you know has faced failure at some point in their journey. But what sets them apart is how they handle those failures. They don't let failures define them or discourage them. Instead, they use them as stepping stones to reach their goals. They learn from their mistakes, they adapt, and they keep moving forward. And that, my friends, is the key to mastering self-confidence. When we learn from our failures, we gain valuable insights about ourselves and our abilities. We learn what works and what doesn't. We learn our strengths and weaknesses. And most importantly, we learn that failure is not the end, but an opportunity to grow and improve. Now, I know it is not easy to face failures. It can be a blow to our self-confidence and leave us feeling defeated. But the truth is, failure is inevitable. It is a part of life. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we can learn from it and use it to our advantage. So what are some practical ways to learn from failures and use them to boost our self-confidence? let me share with you 3 steps that have helped me and countless others on our journey to success. Firstly, we must change our perception of failure. Instead of seeing it as something negative, we must view it as a learning opportunity. We must shift our mindset from "I failed" to "I learned." This simple change in perspective can make all the difference. It allows us to see failures as a necessary part of our growth and development. Secondly, we must take responsibility for our failures. It's easy to blame external factors or other people for our failures. But the truth is, we are in control of our actions and decisions. And when we take responsibility, we also take back the power to change and improve. We must be willing to own up to our mistakes and learn from them. And lastly, we must have a growth mindset. This means believing that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work and dedication. When we have a growth mindset, we see failures as opportunities to learn and improve, rather than a reflection of our worth or capabilities. My friends, learning from failures is not a one-time thing. It is an ongoing process. We will continue to face failures throughout our lives, but it is how we respond to them that matters. And as we continue to learn and grow, we will see our self-confidence soar to new heights. Which leads us to number 2, which is mastering self-confidence by setting achievable goals. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Jim, why are we talking about goals when we're supposed to be talking about confidence? Well, my friends, let me tell you this. Setting achievable goals is the foundation of building self-confidence. It is the key to unlocking your true potential and unleashing the power within you. You see, self-confidence is not something that you are born with. It is not a trait that some people have and others don't. Self-confidence is a skill that can be learned and developed. And just like any other skill, it requires practice, dedication, and a clear plan of action. And that is where setting achievable goals comes into play. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt lost, unmotivated, or unsure of yourself? Have you ever looked at successful people and wondered how they got to where they are today? Well, let me tell you a little secret. They didn't get there by chance. They got there by setting achievable goals and working towards them every single day. You see, setting achievable goals gives you a sense of direction. It helps you focus your energy and efforts towards something that is meaningful and important to you. It gives you a purpose and a reason to wake up every morning with a fire in your belly. And when you have a clear goal in mind, you will be amazed at how confident and determined you become. But here's the catch. Your goals need to be achievable. They need to be realistic and within your reach. I'm not saying that you shouldn't dream big, but your goals should be something that you can actually work towards and achieve. Setting unrealistic goals will only lead to disappointment and demotivation. So be honest with yourself and set goals that are challenging yet attainable. Now let me share with you a simple yet effective method for setting achievable goals. It's called the SMART method. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. First and foremost, your goals should be specific. This means that they should be clearly defined and well-defined. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," be specific and say, "I want to start my own business and make a profit of $100,000 in the next 2 years." Next, your goals should be measurable. This means that you should be able to track your progress and see how far you've come. Going back to our previous example, you can measure your progress by tracking your sales and profits each month. Thirdly, your goals should be achievable. As I mentioned earlier, your goals should be challenging yet attainable. Don't set yourself up for failure by setting unrealistic goals. Start small and work your way up. Moving on, your goals should also be relevant. This means that they should align with your values, beliefs, and long-term vision. If your goals are not relevant to your overall purpose, you will struggle to stay motivated and committed. Lastly, your goals should be time-bound. This means that you should have a deadline for when you want to achieve your goal. Having a timeline creates a sense of urgency and helps you stay focused and on track. Now, setting achievable goals is just the first step. The real work begins when you start taking action towards those goals. And let me tell you, the journey towards achieving your goals will not be easy. There will be obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. But remember, every time you overcome a hurdle, your confidence grows stronger. Which leads us to number 1, which is mastering self-confidence by practicing self-affirmations. Now, some of you may be wondering, what are self-affirmations? Simply put, they are positive statements that we repeat to ourselves in order to reprogram our subconscious mind. You see, our minds are like a garden, and the thoughts we plant in it will determine the fruits we harvest. If we constantly plant seeds of self-doubt and negativity, we will reap a harvest of insecurity and low self-esteem. But if we plant seeds of self-love and positivity, we will reap a bountiful harvest of confidence and self-assurance. So why are self-affirmations so powerful? It's because our subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. When we repeat positive statements to ourselves, our mind starts to believe them and our actions align with our beliefs. It's like programming a computer. The more we input positive affirmations, the more our mind will start to operate in a positive manner. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but Jim, I don't believe in myself. How can I say these positive statements and expect them to work? And my answer to that is, you have to start somewhere. Believe it or not, self-confidence is not something that comes naturally to most people. It is a skill that can be learned and mastered through consistent practice. And that's where self-affirmations come in. Think of it this way. If you wanted to become a great athlete, you wouldn't just sit on the couch and expect to become one. You would have to put in the work, practice every day, and eventually you would see results. The same goes for self-confidence. You have to put in the work and practice self-affirmations every day. Now let's talk about how to create effective self-affirmations. The first step is to identify your limiting beliefs. These are the negative thoughts that hold you back and make you doubt yourself. Once you have identified them, you can start to create positive statements that counteract those beliefs. For example, if you believe that you are not smart enough, your affirmation could be, I am intelligent and capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. The key is to make your affirmations personal, present tense, and positive. Use words like I am or I can to make them more powerful. And don't just say them, feel them. Imagine yourself as the confident person you want to become and say your affirmations with conviction. Now I want to address a common misconception about self-affirmations. Some people think that by saying positive statements, they are denying reality. But that's not true. Self-affirmations are not about denying your current circumstances. They are about creating a new reality for yourself. They are about building a strong foundation of self-belief that will help you overcome any obstacles that come your way. I also want to emphasize the importance of consistency. Just like with any other skill, you have to practice self-affirmations every day. Make it a part of your daily routine. Say them in the morning when you wake up and before you go to bed at night. And don't just limit yourself to saying them out loud. Write them down, post them on your mirror, or carry them with you throughout the day. The more you expose yourself to these positive statements, the more they will become ingrained in your mind. Now, I want to share with you a personal story about the power of self-affirmations. When I was starting my career, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear of failure. But I started practicing self-affirmations every day. And slowly but surely, my confidence grew. I went from being a shy and insecure young man to a successful entrepreneur and motivational speaker. And it all started with the power of self-affirmations. As I always say, the greatest gift you can give yourself is a healthy self-image, and the greatest gift you can give others is a positive example. So let's lead by example and master self-confidence through the practice of self-affirmations. Thank you.